What?
When did you get new chickens? You're not telling me to that. I'm not going to go too much into like Beatles lore or history because I got some things wrong last episode and I got grilled pretty hard for it. So I'm like, maybe I should just stick away from that.
Maybe I shouldn't try to teach
I got really excited, but my thought process was like, most of our audience is anime. Like we got popular from Attack on Titan, so it's like, oh, I could just like explain that because I really liked it. So I was like, that'd be fun. I could explain it. I didn't expect that we were going to draw a different crowd. So there was a bunch of people who, of course, loved the history and stuff that are watching the video of me just say things that are completely wrong. I think I only messed up on a couple things. One of the big ones being Misery on the last album was written by Paul and John. Said it wasn't, but I saw it after the first comment. I think that was the only major one.
There were a couple of, I found the Pete Best fanboys.
Pete Best. We were too hard on him. I'll say that. He's not that bad.
Don't go back on your word now.
For everyone that's here for the Attack on Titan reactions, they are coming. We're behind on the show, so right now it's just catching up. And honestly, I'm not trying to get all pretentious to be like, Attack on Titan is a thing where it's really hard just to watch one season and then, but it really is, especially when you're out of it for a year and then you're like, all right, let's get back into it. I have no idea who characters are and stuff like that. Like,
there's so much like,
I feel so out of loop, and even just rewatching season 4, I still feel like I'm missing things. I'm behind.
We need to start at season 1 and just...
It's a lot because on any show that is very continuous like that and kind of, it's like, there's a lot of smaller things to kind of catch up on. I feel like, there's certain characters, certain things that happen throughout that you kind of miss. This is not Attack on Titan, this is Beatles, but I'm just letting the people that are there for that know. Piece of dust. Okay, so this is with the Beatles. Is there any songs on here? I guess we can go song by song, so maybe you wouldn't see the whole playlist. Hey, can she at least get off the front porch to go to bark? We're literally right next to her. Which one is that? Is that Ripley or Khaleesi?
Khaleesi. I turned my light out. Maybe she'll go to sleep. Maybe if she can't see, she can't bark.
She's gonna run into a pole.
She probably would.
This is with the. Do you want to look at the track list first, maybe, before we go through it? Any that you see that you know? So 7. It's not a long album.
There's really not that many on this album that I feel like I know.
It has the first written George song, and that's "Don't Bother Me." It's the first song that he wrote. All right, we're gonna start off with the first track. Make sure everything's recording real quick. Sponsored by Prime.
Please sponsor us and send us more.
Katie's using them as alcohol mixers.
Look, okay. Put a little coconut rum in this one.
Okay, first song. It Won't Be Long. Lead vocal, Lennon. Are you ready?
Yep.
Play. In 3, 2, 1.
Pressing start in.
All right. Yeah. Pressing start in 3, 2, 1. All right. Pressing start in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I forgot I don't have internet. All right. Pressing start in 3, 2, 1.
It won't be long, yeah, yeah. Every night when everybody has fun. It won't be long, yeah, yeah. Since you left me, I'm so alone. Now you're coming. Every night the tears come down from my eyes. It won't be long, yeah, yeah. It won't be long. Good like I know I should. You're coming home. You're coming home. So, yeah, it won't be long. Yeah. It won't be long, yeah, to you.
It should be worth. Obviously, I've heard the album. I feel like already just on the first song, it not only sounds a lot different to Please Please Me in terms of the whole album. Like the sound is different. It sounds I don't know what the word is, but it sounds.
I think that
Because it doesn't sound like it fits into Please Please Me.
No, like this song makes me think of the older Beatles songs that I know, like the
like I Want to Hold Your Hand or
like
She
kind of
Loves
those
You.
songs. I feel like at the first album there were a few songs that kind of had that same feel, whereas with this one I'm like, this makes me feel like a normal Beatles song that I would recognize.
So the singles, I might be wrong. You guys can correct me.
us.
Yeah, but I actually mean that legitimately. There are singles that are released, and I think the singles were obviously not on the album. So I think the singles released prior to this album was She Loves You. I don't remember the other one.
That's the one that I think it reminds me of.
So I would also like to, if not this video, for the next album, look at the singles that were released that aren't on this album, but that were released.
Yeah.
To what's the word, like with the album or whatever.
No, but I liked it. It was like a traditional like old Beatles song.
Yeah. Okay. Second song, All I've Got to Do, which I think is also Lennon. Yes, Lennon.
Lennon.
Pressing start in 3, 2, 1.
Whenever all I gotta do, and the same goes for me. Whenever you want me at all, I'll be here. Yes, I will. Whenever you call, and when I wanna kiss you, yeah. You just gotta call on me. Just gotta call on me.
Love that because it's so simple. It's 2 minutes, but it has everything I want from like an early John Lennon song, which was like the then you also have that bit of the
growl kind of
the raspiness that comes out in that one note that he hit. I really like that just because it's such a short little snippet.
Yeah, it has all the best of Lennon.
It's also, in my opinion, it's a really great way to bridge into All My Loving, which I'm sure you've heard before.
Oh yeah.
Solid song, really like it. Next is All My Loving, which is All My Loving, which is McCartney. Are you ready?
This would be McCartney.
Pressing start in 3, 2, 1.
Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you.
And then while I'm away, I'll ride home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. All my loving I will send to you.
I was thinking, I'm like, wait, I have to listen because I have to pick up on things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have to be able to talk about something.
Close your eyes and I'll kiss you tomorrow.
I think that part is George coming in with
The harmony?
I think that's George, yeah. But it wasn't on the first.
That's some good harmony.
I'll send all my loving.
I like some harmonies.
I will send to you.
Bump.
I like my favorite part of that is George coming in. So what's the second? Which is it?
The second
The
verse?
chorus.
The second verse.
Yeah, so him coming in the second verse.
Second verse.
George coming in, I think, with the harmony of that part. That's what it sounded like. But it wasn't in the first. It wasn't in the first.
It's just
to
the
start.
second. It's not in the first. It's just that second.
And I'll kiss you tomorrow. Close your eyes and I'll kiss
Yeah, it's so freaking good. Obviously classic. Absolutely love that song. Next up is George's first song, Don't Bother Me. Have you heard this one before?
I think so.
Pressing start in 3, 2, 1.
Since she's been gone, I don't want to talk to me. So go away, leave me alone, don't bother me. The only girl for me. I'll let you know when she's come home. Until that day, I've got no time for you right now. Don't bother me, bother me.
Don't Bother Me.
I like
it's
it.
a good first, like George. I feel like this one sticks out a lot better than his songs on Please Please Me.
I feel like this one is
This
probably the best one.
Yeah, I feel like you can tell that George is like vocal
Actually, I take
range.
that back. I still like Do You Want to Know a Secret?
Oh, really?
I'm going to put Do You Want to Know a Secret above this one, I think.
I feel like I like this one better. Although it's funny, even at 2 minutes 28 seconds, it's the longest song on the album so far, and it kind of feels it. It feels a lot longer in the other
It feels
ones.
long.
Also, I think it doesn't help that George's range isn't as much as
He's a little more not monotone.
Yeah.
He's a little more straightforward, whereas like John and Paul are kind of
Yeah, you can tell, like, obviously this is not a diss that George was saying in the earlier songs. You can tell he sings them very, like, I don't know anything about singing, so you're like, I don't know the technical term,
Yeah.
but he sings very, like, one note in comparison to John and Paul. Yeah, who have, like, the raspiness, they'll go up, they'll go down, or... Good song. Next is Little Child. I've only heard this one, I think, when listening to this album, so I don't actually...
the fact that
skip
it has
it a lot.
that many plays scares me a little bit.
I want to say this is John, but it might be Paul. It's Lennon and McCartney.
Oh.
So they both contributed to this masterpiece.
Hopefully it's good, but I don't think
I think I'm just put off by the actual name of it.
Little
Child. Come here, little child.
Come here, little child. Coming in strong with the harmonica. Oh, I was thinking this could be a lullaby.
Baby, take a chance with me.
This would never fly today.
Yeah. This is the Jared Fogle song. They're hitting that harmonica hard though.
Yeah.
Childs, am I right?
Child? Children! It's that part.
Yeah. Alright, that was a little child.
Well,
Let's just move swiftly on.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
Well, she was just 17. The harmonica is fine.
The harmonica's fine.
The lyrics, granted, different time. I don't think they're actually talking about
A child.
child. Child. And it's just the I'm so sad and lonely. No, 9% of the time, I would like that from Lennon, but in the context of the song, for some
No,
reason,
it's
like,
creepy.
Yeah, it comes off a little creepy. It's not their fault that the song hasn't aged well. Anyways, next up, Till There Was You. You heard this one?
I don't think so.
Crap. McCartney. But it's a cover? It's a cover.
Wilson.
Meredith Wilson.
On a hill, but I never heard them ringing. Till there was you.
Ooh, I like this one.
There were birds in the sky. No, I never saw them at all.
Sard.
And wonderful roses, they tell me in sweet.
Till There Was You.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's funny.
I liked his vocals a lot in that one.
Please Mr. Postman and Roll Over Beethoven are also covers. I think that this cover fits this album better than Please Mr. Postman, Roll Over Beethoven. But it's also funny that this has more plays than Please Mr. Postman, Roll Over Beethoven, because both of those I feel like are more, maybe I've always felt like those two were more well known.
Yeah, than this one.
And they're a lot more upbeat.
Because I've heard both Please
poppy.
Mr. Postman and Roll Over Beethoven, and I'd never heard this one before.
Yeah, but the streams are kind of...
But I really like the way this one sounds. It's very soft and romantic, and I like his vocals.
It reminded me of Ricky Ricardo. I don't know why.
Oh my gosh, he totally could have sang this. Babaloo.
I don't know why.
Babaloo was not single guitar, though. That was a drum song.
I don't remember.
He played the what's the
Tambourine.
no bongos. I guess it was a bongo. It's just one though. What's one bongo called?
Bong. He played the bong, and there's the bong and the bongos. You guys like spinach or something too.
Why are you waiting till now to tell
I didn't see
me?
it till now. I've only saw that side of your face. How many? First off, let's see how many covers there. You Really Got a Hold on Me by Smokey Robinson. Devil in Her Heart, Richard Drapkin, and then Money, That's What I Want. I think what I was saying earlier is I think Please Mr. Postman, Roll Over Beethoven fit Please Please Me, that album. Because I think of Twist and Shout.
Yeah.
I think those fit with that better than this album. Next up is Please Mr. Postman. All right, Please Please Me.
By Lennon.
Please Mr. Postman by Lennon. Pressing start in 3, 2, 1.
Wait, oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. There must be some day. Mr. Postman, look and see if there's a letter for me. I've been standing here waiting, Mr. Postman. A minute, wait a minute. Oh yeah, a minute.
Please
Okay.
Mr. Postman.
I will say I like it, but I feel like the song could have been like a minute long and we would have gotten the gist of it.
I was about to say, like, I love the songs, even though it's very simple. It's just the same thing, kind of like. I just love that.
No, I do. I really do like the song. It's a good song. I just feel like after a minute, it just kind of like you can end it now.
Yeah.
I get the gist.
I like it though. I think that's. I forgot that actually. I said that a lot last video. I really like that. Then we're in side 2, I think now. Roll Over Beethoven by.
Harrison.
You heard this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while, but yeah.
Pressing start in 3, 2, 1. Well, she got her
I was
dad's
about to
car
do that.
and she cruised to Hampton.
It's a rocky little record, the one my jockey to play.
He's got range. Listen to that.
And all my temperature's rising at the jukebox full of you. I need a
It's got variation too.
Yeah.
As opposed to Please Mr. Postman.
She's got a crazy partner, all to see it real and hard. Stick to these rhythm and blues.
And that was a longer song. That was a longer song, but didn't feel longer.
It didn't feel as
that
long.
Was,
Please Mr. Postman felt longer.
because it was, it felt like it was.
I could listen to 5 minutes of this.
That was really good. Yes, he has more range, but also,
It wasn't like,
this one sounded a lot better than Don't Bother Me.
Yeah.
I never understood it's like in so many songs that start, like Johnny Be Good starts off like that, doesn't it?
Fun, Fun, Fun by the Beach Boys.
Fun by the Beach Boys, or Lord Beethoven. What was the originator?
I feel like it was
of
Good
the song?
Golly Miss Molly.
Good Golly Miss Molly, that's another one.
I don't know. I don't know if it was that,
But
though.
the
I think I was just thinking of it because the roll over Beethoven, Good Golly Miss Molly. I wonder.
Fun, now that daddy took. Well, the boys can't stand her because. Yeah.
It's the same kind of. It's just a
It
piano.
doesn't start with the.
No.
Oh, it is piano, though. Okay.
It's like that with the piano.
Anyways, next up is. Sorry, we had to stop everything to make sure everything was recording. And
It was
I'm
not.
going to do the old mic check.
Tappy tappy.
Yep. Okay, looks like that worked.
3 minutes, 27 seconds. The audio is still going. We just lost
Okay.
visuals.
Let's just start over again. Okay, for the third time, we had to close everything down because stupid. I don't know. My laptop has a virus or something like that, and it keeps closing out my camera. So we lost a little bit. That's fine. We only lost 2 songs, which was "Hold Me Tight" by McCartney, and then "You Really Gotta Hold on Me" by Lennon
and Harrison.
"Hold Me Tight" by Paul McCartney.
Felt a
Very
little
awkward.
awkward.
Yeah, all over the place. I think the hook or the chorus was catchy enough, but I also think the song went on for a little too long. It's weird that sometimes like songs can be long, but
They don't feel long.
Really Gotta Hold on Me is the longest song on the album so far, and it didn't feel like it at all. It was a great song. Hold Me Tight was only 2.5 minutes, and it felt a little
Felt too
long.
long.
You Really Gotta Hold on Me was a sleeper by Harrison and Lennon.
Yeah, it really is. The Harrison and Lennon we discussed sounded really good together. They complemented each other really well on the song. It was very cleanly done.
Yeah, if it
but
was
like still wasn't boring.
If it was Paul and John, I don't feel like it would have sounded as good as George. This is the first time I think we've had a Lennon and Harrison song.
Yeah.
And it
it
sounded
was
really
good.
good. Harrison's low meshed with John's like higher
Yeah.
parts really well. Really good. It's probably up there, my favorite song of the album so far. Wish you could have seen our initial reaction to it, but
yeah.
or the second time we explained how much we liked it before we realized.
This is the third time and we're kind of over it.
Watching this back, trying to edit it, I'm gonna be so frustrated. Be like, why did we just like very like monotonely just run through these 2 songs, considering how much we liked it? It's because we're just over it right now because we had to re-explain this part like 3 times.
Make sure we're recording.
Next up is "I Want to Be Your Man" by Star. I don't have internet and my webpage closed down, so I forget who sang this one, but I think
I'm pretty sure it's Ringo and McCartney.
It's Ringo, McCartney, and Lennon, I think. Ringo, McCartney, and Lennon. "I Want to Be Your Man." Pressing start in 3, 2, 1. Like that there was a part where you just kind of realized, like, they're just saying the same thing. Weaker, definitely a weaker song.
Yeah.
You could tell like this is one they kind of delegated to Ringo. Next up, "Devil in Her Heart."
Yes, it's a cover. It's by Richard Drapkin.
Okay, "Devil in Her Heart" by George Harrison. Pressing start in 3, 2, 1.
She's got the devil in her heart, but her eyes they tantalize.
That's a higher note from George.
She's got the devil in her heart.
Got the devil in her heart.
She's an angel sent to me.
Another one that's not bad.
It was okay.
There's some parts I really like. It. She got the devil in her. Like,
Yeah,
oh, spit. This is
give
one
it
of
a-
those things where I'd say, like, in a tier, this would be, like, mid-tier on this album. Versus something like Little Child, which I'd put
Bottom.
back half. I think this one, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's just not one I'd replay.
It's not going to go
one
on my
that I'd listen
playlist,
to.
but it's one that if it came on again, I wouldn't turn it off.
Yeah. Like, it's weird seeing this. Plays don't mean anything, because Hold Me Tight has almost 10 million plays. This one has
And we didn't like it, but this one had.
more than 1 million plays less.
Yeah.
But I like this one
I
better
like
than
this one
Hold Me
better.
Tight. George Harrison's swinging pretty good.
He's
on this,
getting some, yeah.
what does that mean?
I don't know.
He getting some.
I would
yeah,
he's
George
getting some
getting
good
some.
songs. I mean, he could have been.
In comparison, on this album, his list is a lot better. And last
In
one,
comparison,
it felt
John
like
was
they were
probably
kind of
getting
giving
more.
him some,
They're kind of throwing them.
some
Yeah,
like
George can
some
have
of the
this
weaker
one.
songs. A lot of people seem like they really like Chains.
Chains?
I like Chains. I wouldn't
I
say
did
it's
not like
it's a bad song, but it did feel like in the last album that they were kind of giving George the songs. Were like, here, George, have this one. This one feels like I don't think he only wrote the one song on this album. I think it was just he just wrote "Don't Bother Me."
Would you say he's
But
getting some?
Roll Over Beethoven, he's got Devil in Her Heart. Like, he's got some decent ones. All right, next up is Not a Second Time by McCartney.
Lennon.
Dang it. Pressing start in 3, 2, 1.
You know you made me cry. You're giving me the same old line. I'm wondering why. No, 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 not a second time.
I like the piano in this.
I'm wondering why. You hurt me then. Not a second time. No, 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 no.
I liked it.
If Devil in Her Heart was a mid-tier song, I would say this is slightly above that.
Yeah.
Because it has pretty much all the things I would want from a Beatles song in terms of, like, it's got a pretty strong Lennon vocal. It's got I love those.
Yeah, I think the drums and the piano was
Yeah,
kind
and
of
then
what...
the addition of, like, the piano.
I feel
It's
like
got
Lennon
variation.
didn't give very much vocal in it. Like, he didn't give very... I don't know, I like the ones where he, like...
I feel like
gets
it was
into it.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like this is it's not the best, but it's
It's
still
strong.
a good Lennon vocal, and it's got enough variation to keep it interesting. You know what I
Right.
mean? To keep it with the piano, like the low piano, the dong, 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 dong. Dong, 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 whatever it was, and then you have the da 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 da. It's got like everything that I'd want from it, and it's only 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's enough variation in that 2 minutes to keep it a decent song. Finally, final song on the album, Money, That's What I Want. How many McCartney songs are on this?
Not as many. There is All My Lovin'.
All My Lovin', yes.
Little Child is Lennon and McCartney.
Till There Was You.
Till There Was
McCartney.
You was McCartney. Hold Me Tight was McCartney. I Want to Be Your Man had
3
McCartney on it.
McCartneys. How many Lennons? There's Money, That's What I Want, Not a Second Time.
2. Does he count on... He Really Got a Hold on Me. Please, Mr. Postman. Little Child. Are we counting the ones like Lennon
No,
with...
I'm just counting Lennon solos
Okay,
and
1,
McCartney
2,
solos. Only 3
3,
McCartney solos.
4, 5. 5
5
solos.
Lennon. Yeah, it's strange. McCartney isn't on this album as much. Okay, next up, and finally, last song on the album, Money, That's What I Want.
Janie Bradford
And Barry
and Barry
Gordy.
Gordy.
The best things in life are free. Now give me money.
Who was singing background on this? 'Cause it does not sound...
It's Paul singing high, it sounds like, and then George. It's hard with not having earphones.
Yeah.
What it don't get, I can use. Now give me money.
Just ripped a vocal cord, it sounded like.
I know, right? That's painful.
That's what I want. Money don't get everything it's due. What it don't get, I can use. Now give me money. That's what I want. Well, now give me money. That's what I want.
That was a good one.
And that's the album. It's a good, in my opinion, as a closer goes, similar
It's
to
no
Twist,
Twist and Shout.
But it's funny because they both end. It's probably the best. I think that was the best Lennon vocal performance. Lennon's vocals
Yeah.
like
I think if it
elevates
was
it a
anybody
lot.
else singing it, it wouldn't have been as. But no, it had kind of a
It reminds me a lot of Twisted Shout because
Yeah.
it has that same. I feel like that's what they were going for. This album was to have a strong closure, like Twisted Shout
Yeah.
was, like vocally from Lennon.
Yeah, I did like the song. I would listen to that one again.
I don't think it's as like impactful. I didn't walk away from the song being like Twisted Shout, where I was like.
I feel like
But-
comparing this album to the last one that we did, I think that I like this one more. I think there were a lot more songs on this one that I liked and would probably listen to again. Whereas on the first one, there were a lot of songs that I was like, I'm probably not gonna listen to that one again. I don't think that there was a lot that I took away from that album being like.
I think it's like, even with the early Beatles album, I feel like each album progressively got better.
Yeah.
And it's weird that this all happened like a 10-year, not even 10-year, like 7-year period. They went from like
they had
doing
so
this,
many different like
just
errors.
remember this, and then suddenly, it's in a few years, we're at I Am the Walrus.
Yeah.
It's
drugs,
so
man.
weird. Yes. Hey.
It worked. So if you take
The
anything
more
away from
drugs
this
you took,
video,
the longer Ringo's nose got.
if you take anything away from this video, it's do drugs. They help you get famous and write good songs.
All right, Katie, give us a top 5.
Top 5. Ooh, okay. I would say You Really Got a Hold on Me. I'm going like best to and down.
All right, so
I guess.
number 1, You Really Got a Hold on Me.
My number 1 is Really Got a Hold on Me. And then probably Till There Was You. Wow, suddenly I don't remember the first songs.
It won't be long, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Roll Over Beethoven. I like
And
that
the
one.
same goes for me whenever
All
you
I Gotta
just
Do.
gotta on me. yeah.
And then
Wait, that's not all I've gotta do is call you on the phone.
I like Not a
You
Second
know
Time.
You make me cry. I see no use in wondering why.
Those are mine.
I wasn't even listening. I was
I
just
know,
sitting there
you-
singing the second song. That's okay. Editing, I'll know what you put. Yeah, I have to do number 1 would be You Really Got a Hold on Me. That was a sleeper for me. I
Yeah.
did not remember that song being as good as that was. That's probably my favorite on the album. Next, second, weak, generic pick, All My Loving. Number 3, I would go with Money. That's what I want because of Lennon's vocal.
see, that one wasn't even
performance
on my
that.
top 5.
For number 4, I would go with Roll Over Beethoven. And then for number 5, I'll say All I've Gotta Do because another great.
I like that one
And the
too.
same goes for me.
I think that was my number
whenever.
4.
When I talk about like songs I listen to, it won't.
You know what? Let me switch. I want to do and for the second time I want to switch those. So all I've got to do is my last, and then I'm gonna put Not a Second Time above it.
Oh, Not a Second Time is on your top 5.
Yeah, I like that
Well,
one more than Money.
what's on yours? You like Not a Second Time more than Money?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Sure do.
Next album. I don't know.
I don't know.
Just forget it. Let's just end it. Okay. Do you remember? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Next album. We'll do the next album next time.
Hard Day's Night. We also gotta watch the movie. Have you ever watched A Hard Day's Night?
I don't think so.
It's a good
I watched
movie.
the one where Ringo got kidnapped.
Help. Help is funny. Not a lot.
I just remember the
Dude.
part when they called them on the phone and then played the alarm clock, but they were all in the same room.
Dude, that movie is so great. I know that I think the
That
Beatles,
is just my
the Beatles
comedy.
hated it, like hated filming it, and it gets such a bad rep. Everybody seems to hate this movie.
It's
I
just those
freaking loved it.
Stupid thing.
I'm like one of the few people that like that movie better than A Hard Day's Night.
Mm-hmm.
Both movies are good, but Help is so freaking stupid. It's
So see, I
hilarious.
just saw the first part of it because I had to leave before. But I just
I
remember
would-
they were all sleeping
that'd
in the
be
same
really
room.
funny to react and watch those movies.
should.
Probably have to do Attack on Titan before that. Before we
that chill.
get people showing up at our door.
Yeah.
All right, thank you all so much for watching. Take care.
Leave a like.
If you liked the video, subscribe if you want to. I'm not going to force you guys, but if you'd like to subscribe and support the channel, I'd like it.
I would say subscribe, or you'll be sorry.
I'll show up at your door. I'll steal your dog.
It's a cool turtle. You gotta be ashamed of someone. Let it go.